You're probably tired of me ranting about cars and how much they suck. So let's take a break. Let's talk about sport bikes. And if you end up liking this one, I'll gladly tell you why Harley-Davidson motorcycles suck just as much, if not more. So give this video a like, drop a comment, and stick around. Now let's get into it. Let's talk about the Kawasaki Ninja 650, or as I like to call it, the sport bike for people who think putting ketchup on pasta is a bold move. It's that one bike that sits in dealerships looking like it has something to prove, and then you ride it and realize it never even tried. On paper, the Ninja 650 looks like a great deal. It's got the name Ninja slapped on it like a cheap cologne sample. 2 cylinders, a fairing, and a paint job that screams, "I race on weekends," even though the closest it'll ever get to a racetrack is your local Starbucks parking lot. It's the midlife crisis bike of people who never got into bikes until they saw a thumbnail that said Best Beginner Sport Bike 2023. And boy, did they click it hard. The performance problem. Let's address the elephant in the room. Or should I say the pony? Because this thing is about as threatening as a Shetland pony in a leather jacket. The Ninja 650 makes around 67 horsepower, which is impressive if you're comparing it to a lawnmower. It's got all the drama of a Marvel movie and none of the payoff. Sure, 67 horsepower is enough. You know what else is enough? Instant coffee. And no one brags about drinking that. When you twist the throttle on a Ninja 650, you expect some kind of adrenaline. Instead, it feels like your bike is having a thoughtful conversation with gravity about whether or not it wants to move. This bike has the urgency of a stoned philosophy major. You ask it to go fast, and it just goes, yeah, but what is fast, really? The design that tries too hard. Let's talk looks, because Kawasaki really wanted you to feel like you were getting a ZX-6 or at half the price. And the front fairing does look aggressive, until you realize it's like putting a shark mask on a goldfish. It's cosplay for motorcycles. It's got that angular, sharp, I'm definitely fast vibe going on. But under that fairing is a parallel twin engine that sounds like someone angrily shaking a maraca full of loose change. It's not aggressive. It's not sporty. It's just confused. And don't even get me started on the exhaust note. Have you heard this thing? It's like someone blended a vacuum cleaner with a sewing machine and thought, yeah, that's the vibe. The weight of regret. This bike weighs almost 425 pounds. That's not sport bike light. That's I skip leg day for a year heavy. Kawasaki basically said, we can make it lighter, but what if we didn't? And then they handed it to you like it was some sort of favor. It handles like a shopping cart with 3 good wheels and one that wants to go home. It's not nimble. It's not planted. It's the bike equivalent of someone trying to do a backflip after 2 beers. Enthusiastic, but tragically limited. The beginner trap. Let's be honest. This bike only exists for one reason. Marketing to beginners who don't know better. And look, I get it. Not everyone wants to jump onto a 1,000 cubic centimeters death rocket right away. But the Ninja 650 is like training wheels for people who think they're riding an F1 car. It's a bike that feels like it wants to go fast, but acts like it's applying for a desk job. You hop on, twist the throttle, and for a moment you think, maybe this is it. Maybe this is my Rossi era. And then the engine goes meh, and the moment is over. It's like a Tinder date who shows up with a professional headshot and then tells you he still lives with his mom. You just feel lied to. That godforsaken suspension. Let's talk about the suspension. I swear to God, the rear shock on the Ninja 650 is made out of compressed disappointment. One bump and your spine gets a meeting with your helmet. It's like the suspension was tuned by someone who once rode a bike in a video game and said, yeah, this feels realistic. You ride over anything rougher than polished marble, and it feels like a personal attack. Kawasaki probably sourced it from a trampoline manufacturer trying to get into motorsports. Good luck cornering. That back end dances more than a TikTok influencer. Brakes? Meh, the brakes exist. I think. I mean, technically, there are calipers and rotors, but stopping power? Only if you're patient. The braking is so soft it should come with a lullaby. It's less braking and more eventual slowing. There are scooters in Southeast Asia with better stopping power, and those are carrying entire families plus a goat. Meanwhile, your Ninja 650 is panting after a casual Sunday ride. The ergonomics of mediocrity. You know how Kawasaki loves calling it a sport touring bike? Yeah, that's corporate speak for we couldn't decide what it was, so we made it kind of bad at both. The handlebars are slightly upright, but not enough to be comfy. The foot pegs are slightly rear set, but not enough to feel sporty. The seat is a plank. It's a bike for people who like being uncomfortable, but not for any clear reason. You don't get clip-ons, you don't get cushy seats, you just get compromise, wrapped in green plastic. Identity crisis, the motorcycle. The Ninja 650 suffers from the worst condition a bike can have, an identity crisis. It's not sporty enough to hang with the supersports. It's not comfortable enough to be a tourer. It's not cheap enough to be a real budget bike. And it's not cool enough to be a conversation starter. It's that one kid in high school who was in chess club, jazz band, and also tried out for football, but wasn't good at any of them. The Ninja 650 wants to be loved by everyone and ends up being unforgettable to no one. There are better alternatives. Period. Let's be clear here. The Ninja 650 isn't bad because it's slow or because it's cheap. It's bad because there are better bikes at the same price that don't lie to you about what they are. Want something sporty? Get a Yamaha R7 or even a used ZX 6R. Want something comfy and practical? Get a Honda CB 500X. Want a raw, fun naked bike? Grab an MT-07. All of these will give you more excitement, better handling, or at least a sense of purpose. The Ninja 650 gives you none of that. It's like going to an all-you-can-eat buffet and realizing everything is just slightly cold mashed potatoes. Conclusion: the participation trophy of motorcycles. The Kawasaki Ninja 650 isn't a motorcycle. It's a compromise. It's what you buy when you want to ride a sport bike, but don't actually want the sport bike experience. It's the bike equivalent of I guess. It exists. You can ride it. But why? And hey, if you're a Ninja 650 owner right now and your feelings are hurt, don't worry. You'll grow out of it. Everyone does. Eventually, you'll sell it, you'll ride a real bike, and then one day, probably while sipping overpriced coffee, you'll think back to your Ninja 650 and laugh. Just like the rest of us. Now, if you like this brutal honesty, don't forget, next time, I'll tell you exactly why Harley-Davidson sucks too, and it's not just a pirate cosplay. But that's a whole other therapy session. Until then, keep your gear on, your throttle open, and your taste in bikes evolving.